with Customs Assistant Commissioner and Spokesperson Attorney Vincent Philip Maronilla. Thank you so much for joining us today. Welcome to Morning Matters.
Morning, Gretchen, and good morning to your viewers.
Okay, help us understand, first and foremost, what happened with Bela Padilla. Bakit nga po ba naging 4,000 yung 1,600 sa website?
Actually, yung 4,600 was the right duties and taxes, no? I think the confusion went with her computation, her usage of our online tax calculator. Yung online tax calculator namin did not reflect the items that were needed to be added up, no, to what she was going to pay. But insofar as the initial figure that she got, no, at least from the assessment given by DHL, we were able to explain naman to her the details of that assessment. I think, again, no, ang nagkamali ko yung paggamit ng calculator. In fact, yung calculator namin, when we reviewed it, there were items there that needed improvement, and we needed to integrate some of the charges that are needed for the release of particular shipments, like the ones with Ms. Padilla.
Oo. Bakit po wala yun dati? Meron po bang dinagdag dito sa breakdown of taxes and duties?
Hindi naman. Actually, ang dapat i-consider, idagdag, number one, of course, wala kasi doon yung charges ng courier, no? Say, for example, yung charges ng DHL, it won't reflect there. That's a private matter between the sender and her courier, no? So I think there's a need for a specific colatilla for that in our calculator. There are also small items there, like the import processing fee and the CDS fees. Minor fees that if you add it up, dadagdag po talaga, at hindi magiging inaccurate yung computation nung taxes mo, no? What it will only reflect is, of course, your basic duties, no? The duty rate that is applied to you, and of course yung declared value mo, no? In fact, yung sinasabi ni Ms. Padilla na 1,000 something, yun po yung talaga namang customs duty na lalabas dun sa calculator. But if you add the value added tax, then it goes up to about 4,000 plus.
Okay, so yung ngayon sa website, ang nakalagay lang po itong declared value and basic duties.
Mako-compute mo yun. May value added tax naman, kaya marami pang add-ons na hindi na factor in, no? Like for example, meron kasi ngayong sistema, no, na yun nga sinasabi ni Ms. Padilla po, no, na yung freight niya, to a certain extent, I think, parang if I understand it correctly, pag mayroon siyang biniling certain amount, no, free pa yung freight niya. And freight is one of the factor that is added on, no, to your dutiable value, and even to your value added tax for your landed cost. So, yun po kailangan namin i-consider, at we have to coordinate with the couriers. Sa amin ho kasi, sa Bureau of Customs, automatic yan, no, na alam namin may freight charges. And according sa batas natin, itong freight charges are dutiable. But in this instance, there might be some arrangement to that, and that needs to be reflected also. An option like that needs to be reflected also in the online calculator. As of now kasi yung option for no value is only for
usually
insurance.
Kasi pag nag-order ka ho, di ba ito po yung amount that you will pay for your product that you're buying, and then the shipping fee is there, and then meron pong tax, yun nga po yung customs tax. So hindi po ba nakaseparate siya to begin with? Tapos ito po yung sinasabi ni Ms. Bella na if you reach a certain amount, mawi-waive na yan. So dapat hindi na ho siya kasama doon sa tax. Hindi po ba ganun yun?
May option ho dapat na hindi kasama. Wala ho kasing sa universe ho namin, no, usually meron talaga laging shipping fee. Either
nakasama
it's integrated
po sa tax
in the CIF, in the or it's integrated in another in your payment, which is called another kind, no? So that is what we need to look out for now. We need to coordinate with I think the couriers now on what are the charges that they actually give their customers, no? Kung wala ho talagang shipping fee yan, at least ma-reflect din namin sa amin, no? At hindi po magiging add-on. Ang alam po kasi namin talagang laging may shipping fee yan. So doon naman po sa batas kasi natin, lagi pong meron dapat mga ganyang components. We're not saying that this is the only confusion that caused it, no? There are other factors also that we're looking into, no? Like yung mga CDS charges namin, IPC charges namin. We're looking to update them and of course, make the calculator a little bit more user-friendly when it comes to ordinary laymen, no? Nung pagtingin ho kasi namin sa calculator namin, nakita namin parang masyadong technical. You need to be a broker, or at least well versed with customs transactions to be able to use it more accurately. And that's not good for us because the goal of the online calculator, it is to make it more transparent to the public yung transaction sa amin, no? Ang goal po niyan para pag bumili yung common na tao, uh, yung common na tao might use that particular calculator po para po ma-estimate niya kagad kung magkano yung magiging duties and taxes niya to help our countrymen decide whether to purchase that particular item or not due to its tax consequences.
And this tax calculator is a website that is separate from the estimate of the e-commerce platform. Tama po ba?
Yes, yes. That's yung tax calculator namin nasa website namin.
Kasi yung e-commerce platform, usually meron niyang estimate di po ba? Na parang idadagdag po ninyo when you buy. Okay, just to help our viewers understand what taxes they are paying for, can we break that down? Because nabanggit niyo po, no, CDS, IBC, ano po yung mga yun? No? Pwede ba nating isa-isahin para lang din po malinaw?
Opo. So, bale ang mangyayari po, no, I hope and this is very technical, but for the understanding of everybody, ang nangyayari sa batas po natin, ang basis ng taxes nyo ay kung magkano po ang bili nyo doon sa isang bagay. So, anything above 10,000 pesos, dutiable na po yan. Ibig sabihin may tax po yan. 10,000 pesos at pababa po, wala pong duties yan. Yun po tinatawag nating de minimis threshold. So pag bumili po kayo ng anything above 10,000, automatic po magbabayad kayo ng buwis. At kung ano man po yung value na yon, plus yung other charges nyo, like for example sa batas, yung bank charges nyo, i-add po yun and that would constitute your what you call your dutiable value. Tapos i-multiply po yun sa duty rate. Ang duty rate po natin, depende po sa item at yung country of origin. Let's say it ranges from about 0 to 35%. Depende sa item nga po at depende sa country of origin nyo. No? So let's say for example, ang dutiable rate ng item nyo is 10%. So kung magkano po yung value ng item nyo, plus yung added charges po sa ilalim ng batas natin, let's say for example, if we have bank charges, then that's add-on. So pag i-add nyo po yun po yung dutiable value times 10%, yun po yung customs duty nyo. So yun po yung first part ng inyong tax, customs duty. Meron pa po kayong babayaran na value-added tax, which is 12%. And in that value-added tax, naka-base po yun sa tinatawag nating landed cost. So it's not based on your dutiable value, that's based on your landed cost. Ano po ba yung landed cost? So meron na po kayong dutiable value, mag-a-add po kayo pa ng arrastre charges, brokerage fee, wharfage due, and of course your documentary stamp, and your import processing fee. And when that is all added up, you get your what you call your landed cost. And the landed cost added on, dun po naman kinukuha yung 12% VAT. So you add now the duty na kaninang kinupute natin, plus yung 12% nyo po dun sa landed cost, then you get the entire amount that you're going to pay.
Malaki po.
Well, ang problema lang mo namin, syempre, these are obligations under our laws, no? And the Bureau of Customs only implements them.
Okay,
And that's why we want to
go
be more transparent about it by giving our countrymen a tool, no, to aid them in their decision making, and help them compute to an estimate, to the nearest estimate at least, no, based on the information that they have, kung magkano po yung more or less babayaran nilang duties and taxes through sana dito sa aming online calculator.
Na nakalagay po yung mga nabanggit po ninyo na itemized,
Opo.
no? Para malinaw kung ano yung mga dagdag. Okay. Ano ba itatanong ko? Yung sa mga when it comes to the duty rate, are there countries that that we have a treaty with that is exempted from these taxes?
These are not, they are not exempted, but they are zero rated, ma'am. We call them zero rated. Therefore, zero po yung duties at wala talagang babayaran. Magkaiba po kasi yung exempted sa zero rated, no? So, zero rated po sila. Ma'am, there's also a tool for that, no? And I think medyo mas simple yun. They can go to the Tariff Commission website. Meron po tinatawag na tariff finder doon. Nandun din po yung mga different trade agreements natin. They can choose, click it there, and then they'll be given the tariff rate for each item. So ang mangyayari po dyan, yung tinatawag po nating MFN or yung most favored nation na rate, yun po yung yun po yung rate dun sa lahat ng bansa na ina-assume natin na wala tayong free trade agreement. Now, for other countries that we have free trade agreement with, meron po dong box that they can tick. So if that free trade agreement is applicable to their item, they can tick that box at lalabas po doon kung ano yung preferential rate na pwedeng gamitin sa item nila when it comes to their
And
duty
is that
rate.
applied? Is that applied to this tax calculator, to the duty rate?
We can link that, ma'am. That's what we
Oo.
want to also put there, no? Link the tariff finder to the tax calculator.
Ililink
that
nyo lang po. Pero hindi po siya, yung duty rate will be standardized. Hindi
no,
siya
it's not
applied pa.
standardized, ma'am. There's a ang nangyayari, ma'am, if you look at the tax calculator, you need to input the tapos there's a little bit of a drop down menu for the duty rates, no. You'll have to choose which particular country and which particular
Item.
transactions, item that's there. So yun po, may mga ganun kaming dapat improvements there, no. Again, we need to update some of that because there are now newly entered into bilateral trade agreements that we need to include there also.
Yeah, and of course, the tariffs, the new tariffs of the United States, right?
Yeah, the zero tariff.
Okay, but the other, pero pagka-import naman, zero tariff tayo sa kanila, tama na? Tapos
Ngayon lang, ma'am.
pagkabaliktad, pag-export, oo. So they're zero rated with us.
There will be because of the recent agreement entered
correct.
into by the president.
Okay.
There's a trade agreement there, and it will define the application of the zero-rated tariff rate, no. But again, I think our economic managers and the tariff commission, who determines the tariff rates, will have to give us that list. Whether or not it is a full zero or there are, of course, items there, no? Hindi naman po yata lahat ibinigay na zero. There are highly sensitive lists, meaning there are items na pinangangalagaan din natin because there are local industries here na mukhang naman pong hindi binigay ng ating Pangulo na, of course, will be included also there.
Okay, so if it's zero rated, people will just have to pay for the import processing fee and documentary stamp tax, ganun na lang po,
Yes,
yun na lang po ang babayaran.
Yes, ma'am.
Which
Yes,
is
ma'am. And of course,
reflected on the landed
value-added
cost.
tax.
And the value-added tax. Okay. So ano po yung mga bansang yun? para pag nag-shopping po kami. ano yung mga zero-rated na mga
zero-rated
country?
tayo, ma'am, is of course China. Meron tayong ASEAN-China Free Trade Area. So, ACFTA, they might want to look into that. We have a free trade agreement also with Korea under the ASEAN-Korea Free Trade Area. We have one with Australia and New Zealand. We have one with India. We have one with Japan. Yun po. And of course, we have a bilateral agreement with the EFTA states, no? Yung European Free Trade Area states, Switzerland, Liechtenstein. So apat po na bansa yan. And of course, we have a bilateral agreement with Japan also. So yung PIGEPA po, o yung GPEPA na tinatawag, meron din po nun. So there are items there that are zero-rated already. But I think the most complete list, at least upon perusal, is of course the one that we have with China.
Okay, and that explains why we can buy so cheap from China. Thank you so much for enlightening us over the incident. We hope to see the tax calculator very soon. What are your timelines for the release of the new one?
We're giving our Management Information Systems Technology Group 30 days to be able to complete the upgrade of the tax calculator. That includes testing already, and of course, um, maybe a beta version first, no, so that we'd be able to get feedback from the public before we release the full version of the tax calculator.
All right. Thank you so much for your fast response to the call of Bela Padilla. We hope to see more of that, and makatulong tayo sa ating mga kababayan na pumili, tama po kayo dyan, to make more informed choices. We have Customs Assistant Commissioner and Spokesperson Attorney Vincent Philip Maronilla. Thank you so much for joining us on Morning Matters.
Thank you, ma'am, and good morning po.